Time to recommend some games on the PS Vita store because we don't trust Sony. The distrust is real. Greetings, fellow Vita fans. This is James with PS Vita at 2 AM, coming at you once again with another exciting video. And if you're new here and love everything PlayStation Vita, don't forget to subscribe. And make sure to leave me your thoughts and opinions on this topic down in the comments section. So I happened to look at my watch just now and realized, hey, it's time for me to make another PS Vita store recommendation video. Yes, my watch tells me things other watches would never. I think it might be haunted. Okay, this is the first game that I am going to recommend. Putty Squad. And in this one, you play a character named Putty. Bet you never would have guessed that. Yes, for all the 2D platforming fans out there, I have a really fun one here for you, because not only is this a platformer, it's a puzzle platformer with a twist. And no, I don't mean that as a terrible pun just because he's made of goop. Jump, bounce, squish, and stretch your way to victory as you help Putty save his kidnapped friends from certain death in this classic gaming platformer with over 100 levels. Putty Squad is a no-holds-bar retro gaming experience brought to life for modern gamers. Our hero Putty can inflate, morph, stretch, punch, jump, and absorb, taking on ferocious enemies on his mission to rescue his friends. And it even goes as far as to utilize some of the PS Vita special features. Features that, for once, didn't make me want to pull my hair out, what little I have. So if you're planning to play this on a PS TV, just know that you won't be able to get quite as far as you could with an actual Vita. Also, fun fact here, this game is based off of a 1994 Super Nintendo game, so it's got a little bit of historical value going for it. Check it out today! Sorcery Saga, Curse of the Great Curry God. Now that's a sentence of jumbled up words that I never expected to be saying. Oh, and just for those wondering, yes, this is in fact the legitimate trailer that Axis Games uploaded on their YouTube channel. And I love it! Join Papuru, a hard-working student, on a delectable roguelike adventure filled with excitement, humor, thrills, and all the curry you can eat as you quest to save your favorite local curry restaurant from being swallowed up by the big bad curry chain that's moved into town. As you can tell, yeah, this game doesn't really take itself seriously in the slightest. Yet oddly enough, at the same time, kinda represents real life. So the gameplay takes place in sort of a grid-like map, and you have to make your way through various dungeons and forests in order to, well, defeat the boss and get the quest item for each particular level. May or may not include food, just saying. There is a catch to this though. This game can be extremely punishing, as in super hard. You see, you start off at level 1 at the bottom of the map, work your way up, leveling up, but should you die any time during your adventure trying to make your way up, then you will be downgraded all the way back to level 1 and have to start all over again. It's a punishing game for sure, but one that you will have a lot of fun because it's always a blast to try again. Even though this game too will make you pull your hair out, to which I must say I don't have a lot of. Just keep in mind though, for anyone who doesn't like difficult games, this one won't be for you. For all others though, check it out and get possibly frustrated. Oh, got another gem here for you all, especially for those of you who love your action games. And who doesn't love that? Especially when it includes fantasy violence. As long as it has the V word in there, I am A-okay with it. Abducted by a race of hostile aliens, Kai Tana. Oh, I see what you did there, game. Pun. Must use her quick reflexes and the teleporting powers of her warp jet to free her fellow prisoners and find a way home, swapping back and forth between top-down vertical shoot-em-ups and a side-scrolling action platformer. Velocity X2 blends two unique styles of fast-paced action, frenzy gameplay into an incredible experience. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this game to your attention. That, along with the fact that the main character kinda looks like Samus. Well, that'll sell a few million copies. Not only is it an action platformer, but it's also a top-down shooter. I just absolutely adore games that put multiple genres into their titles. That usually spells disaster for many games who try out this tactic, but thankfully for this one, it didn't. If I was to nitpick about one part of this game that I wasn't really big on, is that I wish the 2D scrolling levels were a bit longer. They're a tad on the short side, you could say. The real meat and potatoes of this game is in fact the over-the-head shooting, so expect to be doing mostly that in this. Even still though, both of them are extremely solid and fun, with a solid frame rate to boot. Oh, and I just happened to look up its description on Steam, and this is what it basically describes it as. Yeah, enough said. Now, if I may, I'd love to introduce something to you all. Many people out there think that first-person shooters on the PS Vita have been long since dead, but you'd be surprised that, at least in the grand scheme of things, we have had some new ones pop up throughout the years. And this is one of them. I introduced to you Super Destronauts DX Land Wars. Pretty much what would happen if you merged the likes of Call of Duty with Tron, I guess, for those of you who are actually old enough to remember Tron. Oh, and I will say to the devs that you may want to shorten the names of your future games out there, just because this title is borderline a sentence. Super Destronauts DX is a retro space shooter with multiple modes. Test your abilities with the challenges, or try to beat your high score in the arcade modes. Play against the clock, the more classic 3 live, or even the limited bullets to see how many aliens you can destroy. Featuring 30 different challenges to complete, 5 different arcade modes, statistics, colorful graphics as you can tell, and more. Now I will say that while this is a pretty solid FPS game, just keep in mind that it's single player only, unfortunately. There is no online mode to play with others, which made James a very lonely boy. Even still, it has a much lower price tag when compared to other first-person shooter games on the Vita, so there's that. And hey, who doesn't love to save a bit of the green, or whatever color your currency is in your region? Throwing another monkey wrench into the plans here, I am gonna be tossing in a PSP game now. Oh wait, I already did that with Prince of Persia in a previous video, so you guys probably aren't as surprised, but hey, not being surprised is what this channel is all about. Huh. Sounded a lot less demeaning when I wrote it. Anyway, Ultimate Ghouls and Ghosts for the PSP. Yes, these games are difficult, but I still love them. Once again, the brave knight Arthur is called into action to face the Dark Lord in order to rescue the princess. Tell me if you have or have not heard of that concept in a video game. Yep, completely original, completely original. The 4th title in the series, Arthur must take on numerous ghouls and monsters on his quest to save Princess Prin before her life is taken by the newest Dark Lord's evil plan. Because there's always a new Dark Lord to take the place of another. And it's funny because when I first heard about this game back in like, what, 2006 or so, I thought it was a remake of the original Ghouls and Ghosts, but no, it's a completely new game. And yeah, it's a really solid experience, plays just like the classic Ghouls and Ghosts while giving it a much needed facial upgrade with the 3D graphics. Now you can see Arthur's boxers in more high definition. I'm sure that meets some people's fetishes out there. And the difficulty, yup, it's right on par with the Ghouls and Ghosts series. In fact, I would even go as far to say as this title being a bit harder than some of the past installments, and that really says a lot. So if you're looking for a solid retro platformer, or just a game that may or may not make you want to throw your Vita out the window, this one will do you in a pinch. Or it may even make you want to pinch your Vita. I'll see myself out now. Alright guys, another PS Vita store recommendation video under my belt. But at this time of the video, as always, I would love to know, what suggestions do you have for others? What PS Vita games or PSP games or heck PS1 or minis do you recommend that people pick up from the PS Vita store just in case Sony changes their minds and decides to close things? Again, please leave your suggestions down below. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. This video has been brought to you in part by all of these wonderfully generous people who help make this content possible, including Alan Iwazuk, Bushin Ryu Cat, Milk Sama, Neo Arashi, Shin Snake, Joseph Razmik, Reiko Star, Makis Blob, Robert Johnson, B Mystery, Zacrito, Matt Fox, Frayden, Hero Acer, BMF, Phantom XRS, Gutter Drums, Adam Sondi, Clayton Malarkey, Saul Ramirez, Hemdall Imbert, PS Vita S, Joshua Williams, Kyle Brooks, Richard Cruz, Jared Haddo, JR, Lori Sweeney, Kevin Enright, E-Rock, Jelle, Heston Joseph, Herr Sterner, H-Hitter, Aaron Swanson, Adam Thury, Wendy K, Larry Anderson, Rodrigo Vera, Sculpture Tugel TCG, David Ray, VG Legends, Robert Sylvester, Hector Gonzalez, Smug Wolf, Michael O'Connor, Kayonko, Sakib Alam, Burzin Mystery, 1488 Dental, Juan M. Hermosillo, Azumara, Rizal Pliskin, Jamie, Matt Hargett, Dr. Super Artie, Ricardo Martinez, Mazgus, Crazy Cat, Colossus, Tasha Monty, Donut Valley, Nintendo Switch at 2 AM, and Eric D. Witt. If you would be interested in supporting the channel and seeing your name on this end screen here, or if you wish to remain anonymous, that can be provided too, then make sure to check the links down in the description below. I have many perks available to backers, so make sure to check it out. Can't support in this manner though? Don't worry about it. Likes and shares can help equally as much. Alright, awesome! 5 great games that have hopefully been saved from Sony's wrath. Well, the wrath is guaranteed to pretty much still come, but at least we'll be able to buy them beforehand.